Okay, let's do some more work on sketching a completed square. Okay, now let's say there was a scenario in which the question was shortened and I was already given the expression in the form x plus a all squared plus b. So let's say we had this and the question says, from this information, sketch the curve marking the turning point the shape of the curve and the y-intercept. Now, this time the question's really been cut from a 5-mark question to a 3-mark question. So the question's not asking me to complete the square, that's already been done. I just need to take that information and sketch things out. Okay, so let's first of all decide on the shape of the curve. That's sometimes called the nature. Let's introduce that word now. So that's just whether the thing's concave down or concave up U-shaped or upside down U-shaped. Now we've seen previously that if it was a positive x squared then it would be concave down U-shaped, and if it was negative x squared then it would be concave up upside down U-shaped. So is this a positive or a negative x squared? Well, if you expanded this thing open, the first term would be x squared. It would be positive x squared, so it's definitely concave down. Now, what about the turning point? Well, same as before, change the sign of that to get the x coordinate, and don't change the sign of that to get the y coordinate. The turning point is minus 4, 7. Next thing is to check the y-axis. Check the y-axis, make x equal to 0. So I've only got one option, which is to put it into this equation, but we're used to doing that and trying that out. So where I see x, I replace it with 0. So that's 0 plus 4 all squared plus 7. So 0 plus 4 is 4, 4 squared is 16, and 16 plus 7 is 23. So that's me got all my information, and I just put it all together in the curve. Okay, so the turn point is minus 4, 7, so along to minus 4 up to 7, that might be about there. 23 for the y-intercept, where I cut the y-axis and it's concave down, and sketch it out. Final answer. Okay, example 2. So we're going to sketch a curve and give those 3 pieces of information. So where it cuts the y-axis, the turning point, and the nature. And the nature, remember, just meaning is it concave up or concave down. Okay, so the curve is as follows: y equals x plus 5 all squared minus 7. Okay, so it's going to be a positive x squared. If I expand that out, so that will be concave down. I can now go for the turning point, change the sign of that to get minus 5. Do not change the sign of that, still minus 7. That's the turning point. And I'm now going to check the y-axis. Remember, what's true on the y-axis is the x coordinate is 0. Okay, so let's sub that in. So y equals 0 plus 5 all squared minus 7. 0 plus 5 is 5, 5 squared is 25, 25 take away 7, and that's 18. Okay, let's put it all together then. So the turning point is minus 5 minus 7, so that might be around there. you don't need to measure that out, but just be reasonable with it. We hit the y-axis up at 15, which could be marked about there, and it's concave down. And there we go, final answer. Okay, let's try an example 3. This time we've got x minus 7 all squared minus 11. Okay, so first of all, the nature, well, if I was to expand this open, I would get a positive x squared, concave down. The turning point, change the sign of that to get 7, don't change the sign of that to get minus 11. Turning point is 7 minus 11. Okay, then I check the y-axis, and what's true in the y-axis is x coordinate is 0, so where I see x, I replace it with 0. Okay, so I've then got 0 minus 7 is minus 7. Minus 7 squared, well, minus 7 squared is minus 7 times minus 7, so that's 49. So let's go over that again. 0 minus 7 is minus 7. Minus 7 squared is 49. And it's 49 take away 11, which is 38. So let's put that all together now. Okay, so 7 minus 11 might be around here. Cut the y-axis up at 38. Concave down. Final answer. Okay, example 4. We're going to sketch this one. Okay, first point to note is that for the first time I'm going to get a minus x squared. So if we think about this bit when expanded out will give me a positive x squared, but if then it's multiplied by a minus, that will give me a minus x squared. And the crucial thing is minus x squared means the nature is concave up, and for the first time we've seen an example where it's concave up. Okay, turning point is normal. Change the sign of that to get minus 7. Don't change the sign of that, still minus 11, and the turning point is minus 7 minus 11. I'm now going to check the y-axis. Check the y-axis, make x equal to 0. So let's just take our time with that. So back up to the original equation, and where I see x, I'm going to replace it with 0. So that will be minus bracket 0 plus 7 all squared minus 11. Let's really just take our time with this one. Okay, so first of all, 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 squared is 49, but then there's a minus in front of that, so that's minus 49, and I still need to include that minus 11. Then take your time, minus 49 minus 11. So with minus 49 we move down 11, brings me down to minus 60, so let's just go over that again. So I'm subbing in x equals 0. Okay, 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 squared is 49. Multiply that by the minus at the front will give me minus 49, and then it's take away 11, it gives me minus 60. Okay, so let's put all of that together then. So we've got the shape of the curve, which is concave up. Get the turn point minus 7 minus 11, so minus 7 minus 11 might be around there. Let's mark that. I know that it's concave up, and I'm cutting down at minus 60, which would be way down here. And take your time and draw your curve through that. Final answer. Okay, let's try an example 5. This time we've got minus bracket x plus 9 all squared plus 23. Okay, so the minus at the front means that it's going to be concave up. Let's now get the turning point. Change the sign of that to get the x coordinate turn point minus 9. Don't change the sign of that to get the y coordinate turn point 23 minus 9, 23. Okay, so I've got the nature of the curve concave up, I've got the turn point minus 923, and I check the y-axis by making x equal to 0. So let's take our time and sub that in. Where I see x, I'm replacing it with 0 and take your time. So first move, 0 plus 9 is 9. 0 plus 9 is 9. 9 squared is 81. But there's a minus in front of it, so that's minus 81. And I'm adding on 23, just take your time with that. So minus 81, you're moving up. 23 will bring you up to minus 58. Okay, so let's sketch the thing out. So concave up, turn point of minus 923, so along to minus 9 up to 23. That could be reasonably positioned there. Cut the y-axis way down at minus 58. Concave up. Take your time. Make sure it's a nice continuous shape. Fine also. Okay, let's try an example 6. I'm going to sketch the curve given 10 plus x minus 2 all squared. Now you might look at this one and say it's a bit back to front, but don't let that distract you. So first thing that I would say is you'll definitely get a positive x squared when you expand it out, so the nature is concave down. Now in terms of the turn point, again, don't be distracted. Remember that the number inside the bracket will be the turn point x coordinate, but you change its sign. So minus 2, you change that to a plus 2, and the number outside the bracket is the y coordinate, and you leave it alone. 210. So let's go over that again. The number inside the bracket is going to be the x coordinate as turning point, but you need to change its sign, and the number outside the bracket you leave it alone. So minus 2 becomes 2 and 10 stays 10. That's the turning point. I then check the y-axis and make x equal to 0. So where I see x, replace it with 0. So that's 10 plus bracket. Where I see x, replace it with 0. 0 minus 2 all squared. Take your time. 10 plus, well, 0 minus 2 is minus 2. And then minus 2 squared is 4. 10 plus 4, that's 14. Okay, let's put the thing together. Okay, concave down, turn point at 210, cut the y-axis at 14, so 210 might be about here. Cut the y-axis at 14, which could be reasonably positioned here, concave down. One other point to note is to make sure that your curve is not V-shaped, it should have a kind of smoother U-shape. Final answer. Okay, example 7. Y equals minus 13 plus x minus 10 all squared. Okay, first thing is that if I expand this out, I will get a positive x squared. So it's concave down. The turn point will change the sign of the minus 10 to get 10, that's the x coordinate. Leave that one alone, that's the y coordinate. 10 minus 13. Okay, then I check the y-axis, and this is really repetitive. The y-axis, x equals 0, so where I see x, I replace it with 0. Where I see x, I replace it with 0. So it's going to be y equals minus 13 plus 0 minus 10 all squared. Take your time, minus 13 plus, well, 0 minus 10 is minus 10, and minus 10 squared is 100. Remember that minus 10 squared is minus 10 times minus 10, that's plus 100. Minus 13 plus 100 will give me plus 87. Okay, let's put it all together. So turn point at 10 minus 13. Okay, so that could be about there. It's concave down, and I'm cutting at the y-axis way up at 87. Take your time with it, make sure you go through both those points. Final answer. Okay, example 8, we're going to sketch again. This time let's go for minus 23 minus x plus 7 all squared. First point to note that if I expand this open, I will get x squared, but then there's a minus in front of it, so that'll give me a minus x squared. So the nature is concave up. Remember, a minus x squared gives you concave up. Let's get the turning point. Change the sign of the 7 to get minus 7 to get the x coordinate. Leave the minus 23 alone to get the y coordinate. The turning point is minus 7 minus 23. Let's now check the y-axis, and x equals 0. Where I see x, I'm going to replace that with 0. So let's write out the equation and replace x with 0. Minus 23 minus, in a bracket, 0 plus 7 all squared. Really just take your time, make sure you get this bit right. Okay, so minus 23 minus 0 plus 7 is 7, and then 7 squared is 49, so it's going to be minus 23 minus 49. Take your time with that. Minus 23, you're moving down 49, so if you're thinking about temperature, it's getting colder, and that will bring you down to minus 72. Okay, let's put it all together now. So the turn point is minus 7 minus 23, so that might be around here. At the turning point, cut the y-axis way down at minus 72, and it's concave up. Take your time with it, make sure you go through the points, nice continuous shape, not too V-shaped or continuous and U-shaped. There we go, final answer. Okay, example 9, let's sketch this one. Minus 41 minus bracket x plus 2 all squared. Okay, so I'm going to get a minus x squared out of this. Concave up, that's the shape, that's nature. Let's get the turning point. Okay, change the sign of the 2 to get the x coordinate of the turn point, minus 2, the minus 41 stays as is. That was easy, there's the turning point. Now I need to check the y-axis, x equals 0. Okay, so minus 41 minus 0 plus 2 all squared. Take your time with it, minus 41 minus, well, 0 plus 2 is 2, and 2 squared is 4, so it's minus 41 minus 4, that's minus 45. Let's put it all together. Concave up, turn point of minus 2 minus 41, which might be about there. Cut the y-axis at minus 45, which might be about there. Final answer.